I believe there's a couple of steps that we need to get right to see effective change in our weight. Everyone's trying to achieve some form of weight loss, whether it's 5 kilos or 50 kilos. And there are a couple of products on the market that are decent. There are a couple of products on the market that are amazing. And we can argue about them all day and every day. But deep down, we all know that there is only one way to do it properly. Now, the problem with doing it properly is that it's time consuming, and that's why nobody really does it. If you were able to live out on a farm and grow your own fresh produce and walk around with no stress and get 8 hours sleep at a day, then yeah, weight and health probably wouldn't be the major issue that it is for you and your body. So how can we achieve better health, understanding that we don't have the level of commitment or the capacity to pursue it 100%. So we need to be happy with somewhere between the 70 to 80% by doing a few small things in our day to make our body healthier. As a byproduct of this, then we start to lose weight and feel great. And then the flow-on effect or the domino effect of that then starts to give us some really good momentum to the point where you've got a pretty good body, you've got pretty good health, and at least it's pretty darn good for what we consider a healthy body in 2017. So before all the haters out there start jumping down my throat, of course, nothing is ever going to be as good as whole food, homegrown organic food that you've farmed yourself, walking around in a stress-free environment that I've already gone on about. But for the other people, I think that the best ways that we can really achieve effective weight loss for long-term success without going on crazy fad diets and without taking a whole bunch of things that have further negative effects in our body that end up not being worth it anyway. These are my 3 or 4 steps that I believe are going to help everyone get that little bit better results. And the first one, of course, is intermittent fasting. Why that works, I've made other videos on that, and it is in itself a good 10-minute, 2-hour chat, quite frankly, to cover it completely. But if we focus on increasing our fasted window and decreasing our fed window, ideally to the point of 16 and 8 works really well for most people. You got 8 hours to eat food. That's a significant amount of time, but then we really need to make sure that we are fasted for 16 hours. That means nothing but water. 16 to 8. And even better than that is 18-6. It's not quite as important to go to 20 to 4. That's been fasted for 20 hours and only been fed for 4 hours. It's not quite that important to get there unless you really, really want to go like a bull out of a gate. But for more of a sustainability approach for what people can enjoy, 16 to 8 or 18 to 6 is really good. And jump on the other videos if you want to know why. But this is kind of more of a holistic overview of all the different programs. Now, this is the first step. Increase your fasted window, decrease your fed window. If you're struggling to do that, there is a product that I've been enjoying taking lately called Ketones OS. Whoops, sorry, that's supposed to be an S, not an 8. So one of the reasons why I like this, now understand that this product isn't the magic bullet. The magic bullet is the intermittent fasting, but this product helps you with your intermittent fasting significantly. It's basically by drinking the ketones, it stops or reduces that transfer period that you all know as hangry or 3:30itis, when the carbohydrates and glucose, or the simple sugars in your body, starts to run down, and your body starts to transition into fat for fuel rather than carbohydrate for fuel. And I suppose that's really what the crux of this is, but you need to see the other video for that, because it's quite an in-depth conversation in itself. But with my clients, I'm getting them to intermittent fast, so they wake up and they don't have anything but this keto drink until around between 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock, if they can last that long. And they're getting pretty significant weight loss results from that, which of course is what we all want. And there's no real, you're not going to yo-yo as much from an intermittent fasting diet as opposed to a low calorie diet or a low carbohydrate diet or even a low fat diet, because we're not focusing on calorie reduction. If you eat 2,400 calories per day, still eat 2,400 calories per day. That's cool. Just decrease the window that you eat it in. So that means on a 16/8 window from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., you've got to eat your 2,000 calories. So the body doesn't have the same kind of effect as a low calorie diet. Therefore, you don't have the same yo-yo when you do get off it. The other advantage is that most of my clients who are on a intermittent fasting diet, they have the weekends off. They do whatever they like. If you've got a party coming up, you just play with your meal timings a little bit more to be more or less, if you want better results or maintain or whatever. Now, the benefits of intermittent fasting, as I said, is a good hours conversation in itself, but it is amazing stuff. And at some point you start getting your meal timing right, but we haven't yet addressed the quality of your food, and at some point you're going to become nutrient deficient, and that's where we need to increase the quality of your nutrients. This is stage 2 to focus on. Now, as I was mentioning before, it would be great if you could grow your own fresh fruit and produce in the backyard, or on the weekends you go to the farmers markets and you buy fresh organic food and you eat that during the week. If you do that, then that's cool. Understand you're already in that top 10, 15% of the population who are looking after themselves. But for everybody else who's not quite there yet, but they need that leg up to get there, then that's where I came across this other product. Now, the idea of Juice Plus is it's kind of a multivitamin on steroids, and they call it a whole food in a capsule, basically. And it's nice to think of it as big, bountiful basket of food that it's been dehydrated and squashed into these little tablets that you can take 3 times a day. I don't think that's quite as simple as it works, but there has been significant research to show that multivitamins work, and then even a level up again of these Juice Plus tablets. Amazing things that I'm hearing about treating asthma and chronic fatigue, and again, that's a whole nother video about improving your nutrient quality. But when you start getting these 2 things right, then you're going to get a pretty massive change in your body. I know people out there that are taking just the keto products and they're getting really good results, both from weight loss, mental clarity, sustained energy, and a myriad of other health benefits from that. I also know a stack of people who are taking just the Juice Plus products, and they are also getting a myriad of health benefits from, more energy, mental clarity, less aches and pains, better skin, and a whole bunch of other things that we can make a whole nother video on. But I really believe, after looking at all the products out on the market, I think these 2 will work really well together, because one addresses specifically intermittent fasting and changing the hormones in your body to accelerate the weight loss process, and the other one is really about increasing your whole foods and the nutrient levels in your body so that you can look after yourself that little bit better. And then, of course, the last step that we all know is increasing your sleep and increasing your hydration. The body has a lot to do in its to-do list, and it's whilst you're asleep, stage 1, and whilst you're in a fasted state, stage 2, that the body has the most amount of time to heal and repair. You know, just from a fasting point of view, that up to 70% of the food that you consume is utilized just in the digestion process of itself. So think of it like I gave you a liter of fuel, but it took me 70% of that liter just to get it to you. You really only end up getting 300 mils of fuel, right? So if we can intermittent fast for a while, then we're saving that 70%. I know you're saying you still miss out on that 30%, but that's where the fat burning zone comes into it, because you've easily got 30% on your stomach and on your arms and on your hips. The to-do list. Your body is active in a fasted state and in a slept state when it's healing itself and repairing and building and improving the building blocks for tomorrow. Hydration, of course, is all about the detoxification process, flushing out everything, keeping everything hydrated and supple. Fasted state also helps with your detoxification. And then, of course, we need to increase your quality of nutrients. Yes, of course, if you could, this is not a substitute for eating good, wholesome food. Still eat your meat and veg, still eat your chicken and salads whenever you can. But this, at least, this model and idea allows for you to go out and have pizza and beer on the weekends with your mates if you want to, or tea and coffee and some cake with your friends. Without blowing out your diet and your healthy lifestyle, because it's really all about sustainable change. No diet works if you can't be on it forever. At least what I've found with this kind of idea, most people are able to sustain this for quite a length of time, and really the only time they hop off for this is when they've reached that level of understanding that they can then go that little bit further. So they actually don't stop it, but then they then go to the next level. So I hope this video helps understand the products. If you want to know more about the ketones or about the Juice Plus, you're welcome to message me or have a look on my website and Facebook page. I do make the occasional post about them there. Sleep improves when you implement both of these. Otherwise, just turn off Facebook, turn off TV a few hours earlier. Keep your notepad next to your table, write down all your to-do lists so you can clear your mind, focus on your breathing, listen to some kind of meditation tape, go to sleep, have a good restful sleep with fresh breeze, no air conditioning, or try not to use air conditioning, and hydration. Really focus on drinking a lot of clean water to look after your body. Look after yourself, because you two will be together for a while.